Hey everybody, welcome back with your boy Bino Mac. Now this time we're going to go over the WWF Smackdown, Just Bring It. And in this new series we're going to go over all the unlockable characters, arenas, and we're going to start with the person that's number one on the unlockable list, Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit. Yeah, you heard that right. The frontman of Limp Bizkit is a playable character in WWF Smackdown, Just Bring It. Might be pretty confused as to why, but there actually is I don't know if you would call it a good reason, but I mean, the reason is he is a big wrestling fan. Especially at the time, he was kind of all over, his band, the WWF at the time. They're kind of a notable WWF band because of that, or I should call it WWE anyway, but they actually, Limp Bizkit, they had the main song for WrestleMania 17 of that year, My Way. That was a big deal. That's kind of probably the most memorable hype package of any WrestleMania. And yeah, he was just such a huge fan that The Undertaker, his theme song, was one of Limp Bizkit's songs, Rolling. I can't really play it here or anything like that, but look it up. I think it's probably one of my favorite wrestling songs ever. It's just such a good song. It wasn't made specifically for The Undertaker. It's like just a legitimately song that they came out with, but it is amazing, and it really did fit, especially when you put The Undertaker, WWE modified version over it. Goosebumps. That's all I gotta say. But because they wanted to use that song in this game, they asked, Fred Durst, hey, how much do we gotta pay you? What do we gotta do? He said, just put me in the game as a playable character. So I mean, that's pretty cool in my opinion. I mean, nobody but Fred Durst is playing as Fred Durst, but it's one of those things where I wouldn't really say he deserves it, but it's a cool thing that he got to experience that. I don't really know anything about the guy, so maybe he's just an asshole in real life or something like that. I don't know, but I mean, he seems like an okay guy. I don't really keep up with the news or the tabloids or anything like that, but once again, he was a pretty big deal for about a few years in the WWE. Put some pretty good songs out, music, pay-per-view, hype packages and stuff like that. Obviously a real big wrestling fan. He's actually been spotted in the crowd just on his own as a regular ticket buyer a few times. I think it was SummerSlam 2012. They actually panned to him in the crowd. He just flipped off the camera. He flipped off the camera just point blank. Because he's an edgy, I think, like rap rock kind of guy is how you would describe it. So, he flipped off the camera. And he says he didn't get kicked out of the arena, but he left shortly thereafter because he said he wanted to beat the traffic. But come on, let's be honest here. He probably more than likely actually got kicked out for that. You don't leave a big event like SummerSlam pretty early on just to, beat the traffic. That had to be expensive. But also, apparently, he's done some shoot interviews too. I haven't actually gotten around to watching them yet, but he does talk about, his wrestling fandom and how he watches the modern product and how he's always been a fan. He did talk about why he was in Just Bring It, doing the WrestleMania hype package for Rock and Austin. He actually said that his favorite moment of wrestling history is when he got to hug The Undertaker in the ring. And like I said, I mean, he seems like kind of like one of those edgelord kind of guys. I mean, I can say that now because he's rich. I'm sure still he's made a lot of money. He's probably still making music. I don't know, but he still seems like a pretty decent guy from what I've seen. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me all about how Fred Durst is an asshole in the comments if he is. But apparently his favorite wrestler in today's wrestling is Sasha Banks, which makes sense because she's kind of, I don't really watch the modern product. I don't keep up with it. It's not really my thing, but she does come across as that, like that, man, I can't even think, almost like that hip-hop-ish pop idol, with the dyed hair, the modern day kind of thing that she's got going on. I'm sure that's why she's pretty popular. I mean, I know she's like Snoop Dogg's cousin, so you know, of course she's, you know, as the kids these days would say, with it, and you know, using all the modern lingo. Like I heard her cut a promo one time saying how she was gonna get lit in the ring and all this goofball stuff. So I mean, she's definitely, I can see her being, you know, like going over well with like the younger crowd and stuff like that. She seems, I guess, for lack of a better word, hip. You know, I'm only like 20 years old and I sound like a grandpa right now. Although, if I remember correctly, actually, I think her and Naomi, a few years ago, they actually, maybe it was just a year and a half or something. I lose track of time. Like I said, I don't really keep up with the modern product, but did they ever come back after, you know, vacating the belts and just dropping them angrily in, you know, Vince's office? Because I know that that was kind of an issue for a while, and like I said, I don't really keep up with it, but I feel like I would have heard something maybe if they came back, but maybe not. Let me know. And she would have been in AEW, I'd imagine, too, if you know, she didn't come back. But like I said, let me know in the comments. I'm the old geezer, and I'm not really up on the modern product, but I'm assuming it's something where she came back a long time ago. But yeah, if you're curious, I'm sorry, I haven't even mentioned it. It's going to be in the description below if you're curious as well. I'll probably comment it as well. To unlock Fred Durst, you have to play the Slobber Knocker match in the exhibition mode as the Undertaker, and you have to get at least 15, I guess, victories before the time runs out or before you're defeated. As you can see, it's pretty easy. You know, they go down in like 3 hits. You know, some of these guys, you can just clothesline once, and they'll be ready for a pin. Yeah, some of them are bastards, you know. Jeff Hardy, I think he gets me like quite the ass whooping because I just can't get any offense in. But just a simple one, you know, just get 15 wins and Slobber Knocker with the Undertaker. But I figured I'd show the whole match and, you know, do some commentary, you know, offer some insight, the little insight that I have on Fred Durst for what I know about him as a wrestling fan. As you can see, I mean, I'm having, he was giving me the business for a little while there. Thankfully, I got him with a last ride. But the Undertaker, it's pretty easy. You know, obviously the Undertaker's a pretty powerful guy. Even then, Jeff Hardy still doesn't get knocked out. But there we go, that's 15 right there, so I could stop right there. Steve Blackman already getting laid out by one clothesline. But, you know, I think you have to at least finish the match, so don't get 15 and just quit out. You know, just keep going. So that way, you know, the game saves your progress, and you should be able to get Fred Durst. The Undertaker, I feel like the American Badass gimmick was kind of underrated in my opinion. I think when he first came out, it was a very bad launch of it, if it makes sense. Like when he came out and he was trying to talk like he was cool, I think he said Vince thought he was all that in a bag of chips. Like it's some sort of 90s talk, you know, lingo that was cool back then. And it was 2000. Then he said that he said he was gonna kick Vince McMahon's snake ass all around the arena. It's actually really funny. You should check it out. He said that I just feel like he came across way too hard to try and sound cool on his promos at first. You know, I think when he explained when he came back, he said he told Vince in the ring, because this was after Judgment Day where he cost The Rock the world title. You know, it's really just about sending a message. He like hit Rock first and hit Triple H with last rides and stuff in their big World Wrestling Federation Championship match. So then the next night, you know, Undertaker explained what happened. He just said that Linda McMahon hired him back on, and he said, "Geez, I'm drawing a blank now." It was like something along the lines of, "That means, you know, I got on the contract a lot of commas and a lot of zeros," or something goofy like that. You should check it out. That's my that's my clip you should check out for this week if you're a wrestling fan, which I don't even know why I'm saying that. Of course, if you're watching this video, you are. But we got about 30 seconds left. We're taking on Kane, Brothers of Destruction. Around this time in particular, I thought was one of the coolest teams ever. That's the thing about 2001. It started off so cool with the Power Man, the two-man power trip, the Brothers of Destruction. Then you still had guys like the Hardys, Edge and Christian, Dudleys. The tag scene was just so great. And I think the Brothers of Destruction entrance was one of the coolest. How it plays as Kane's song until it transitions into, the Undertaker's rolling. I think they learned their lesson with it, though, after this game. I think they changed Undertaker's song again, and they didn't have to worry about the copyrights anymore. I think his song comes back in WWE 2K16, though. But just, as you can see, I unlocked them. There you go. Alright, everybody, but that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe for more daily content. And make sure to hit the notification bell to be updated on that daily content. Make sure you tune in next week for more Just Bring It content.